morning. So I mentioned on the last video, on the sunrise video, that I was looking at what is probably going to be my last sportive of the year. At that point I hadn't decided if I was going to do it or not, but you can probably see I'm in the car and I'm now heading out to Norfolk to participate in it. It's actually called the Insanity Sportive, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too insane. I think the reason they've called it that is because there's actually 4 distances they're doing, which are 75, which is the one I'm going to be doing, and they're doing 100, 125 and 150. So I think they're calling it the Insanity Sportive because it's a sunrise to sunset ride. Obviously for those people that are doing the longer distance, 75 miles is long enough for me. I was tempted to do the 100 and just kind of you know, seeing as it is the last sportive I'm going to be doing this year, but I think I'll be pushing it, doing 100. So yeah, so 75 miles. It's heading south this time, so it's not well, it's been arranged and it's organised by the same people as the Tour de Broads. It's got a different start and finish point, and rather than heading east towards the coast, this one heads south into Norfolk. So again, it's on areas, you know, it's through an area I don't know, so should be a good ride. Hopefully it'll be reasonably flat, and hopefully the weather will be settled. It's a bit of a mixed bag today weather-wise. I think it's mainly supposed to be pretty good, but there are forecasts for thunderstorms later, so I'm hoping I can get out and back before it starts raining. Bike wise, I am really pleased to say that I've got the Propel back. You won't be able to see it, but it's in the boot of the car at the moment. It's in the back. I managed to find a lever. I went to the workshop where I bought the bike from, and they were actually really, they seemed really reluctant to do it. They were putting up a lot of obstacles with regard to kind of initially sourcing the lever, and then kind of there was a lot of chin scratching and sort of sharp intakes of breath, and I just really got the feeling that they couldn't really be asked with it, to be honest. So there's a guy called Chris who lives local to me, who runs a mobile bike maintenance company. He's based out the back of a van, effectively. The company's called Bruce's Bikes. So if you are local to sort of Cambridgeshire, definitely give him a shout. I messaged him. He did actually suggest that I source the lever myself, which I did. So I spent some time scrolling on the tablet initially. I was struggling to actually see the print on there, so decided to go up and scroll properly on the laptop. So I started the search looking for the R8000 levers. I then had to whittle it down to decide which one I needed. So because mine's hydraulic brakes and manual gears, it's the 80/20 that I needed. So I found one, used the old lever to actually get a proper comparison of it. It is slightly different because I think that is the old version of the 80/70 that I've got, but they've kind of bought and upgraded over the years, so that's as close as I'm going to get. I'm probably going to have to change the rubber hood, but that's the one I needed. So I've just done a quick check on the spec for it. It's 11 speed manual, so that is the one. And that was it. So all done. So once the lever was delivered, I messaged him, got him to come round. He was actually really good. I mean, he had availability, fortunately. Came round and it was all done in less than 2 hours. So he put the lever on, fed the gear cable through the frame, sorted all that out, topped the reservoir up, bled the system, sorted. So really good, really quick, really good service, really decent guy, really, you know, really good to talk to. So I've actually booked him for a full service next week. So yeah, so I'm really chuffed that I've got the Propel. I mean, there's nothing against the TCR, but because I ride the Propel and I've ridden it for the last few years, I'm kind of used to the geometry on it and the comfort of it, and just the feel of it, the way the levers work and everything else. So yeah, so as I say, I'm heading out towards Norwich at the moment. The ride starts just south of Norwich, so I will speak to you, as is normally on these sportives. I will speak to you when I get to the venue. So until then, I'll see you in a bit. See you in a bit. So I think I'm approaching the
now turn left.
Yeah, I am approaching the venue. I can see some cyclists, so I'll find a parking space before the sat-nav starts shouting at me again. And I really need a wee, desperately need a wee, as is normally the case in these events when I've driven quite a way. So I'll have a wee, I'll park up, have a wee, get the bike out, and then I'll get you on the bike and we'll crack on. So I will see you in a bit. See you in a bit. So we're out rolling. It's gone up for 4 miles. As you will have seen, the start was quite a subdued affair, to be honest. There was only 3 of us there, which is massively different from the Tour de Broads. But there were a lot of riders going out as I was driving in. So I know this was only limited. I think this was limited to 200 riders. So it is a smaller event, and apart from the 2 guys I've just passed, I haven't seen any other riders out yet. But
But yeah, so just over, as I say, just over 4 miles in. I don't really know, as I've said in the car, I don't know this area, so I don't know what the route's going to be like. Normally, you know, usually the profile on the Garmin app is pretty condensed, so it actually looks quite, you know, quite hilly. But you know, when you stretch it out comparatively to the mileage, it's going to be quite flat. I don't expect it to be too bumpy today. Hopefully the weather will hold out. It's actually quite fresh at the moment, but that's nice. So I'll spin you around and I will speak to you intermittently through the ride. So hope you enjoy this one, and I'll speak to you in a bit. I'll see you in a bit. So just coming up for 42 miles. hopefully that's the last we've seen of the rain. It's actually got a bit windier as well, and obviously because it's been raining, although I've got this on, I'm starting to feel really cold now. But apart from that, it's going really well. It's a really good route. It's actually a lot hillier than I thought it was going to be. They're certainly not steep hills, but they certainly get the legs burning. And considering I thought the whole of Norfolk was flat, they're quite surprised, to be honest. But yeah, going good. I'll put you back on the bike and I'll speak to you in a bit. I'll see you in a bit. See you in a bit. So I'm on the A11 heading home. That was, I really enjoyed it, but that was tough. That was probably the last 15 miles, 15-20 miles. I was just done. My legs were hurting, my back was really uncomfortable. I think just because I'd got kind of cold and wet, and it was getting really windy as well. The wind was really starting to pick up, so
it was just a little bit, and oddly, I don't know why, well, I found it quite odd that for most of that ride I barely saw another rider, and it was there was a point where you might have seen close to the end, I think it was about the 70-mile mark, there was a guy just in front of me. He was like, he had a grey top on and a white lid, and he said the same as he rode past. We rode together for a little while, and he was saying that he actually done the 125 mile, and he said he'd barely seen anybody. And I know this whole event, it was only open across the 4 distances. It was only open to 200 riders. So, and because the 4 distances, the routes were quite different. There were some sections that we all kind of did the same road, but the route splits were quite significantly different. So yeah, it was really odd. It felt oddly for me, because normally when I go out, I'm normally on my own anyway, so I do a lot of miles on my own, and it doesn't usually bother me. But I think just because I was struggling with it, and I was cold, I was starting to get really hungry, I genuinely, surprisingly struggled with the kind of the solitary element of it, which I can't really explain why. As I say, because normally I go out on my own all the time, and it doesn't bother me. But so that's that one done. Anyway, I got the medal, got another really good medal, and it's actually a bottle opener, which is quite handy. But I do like a nice metal medal, so makes it kind of worth all the pain and the effort of going around and doing the cycle event. So but yeah, that'll be it now as far as official rides, or kind of officially organised rides this year. I will still be getting out on the bike through the autumn and into the winter. Obviously the mileage will be depending on the weather conditions, and obviously because it's getting darker as well, or the nights are going to be drawing in, that's going to determine how far I go. But I still will be getting out, but I just won't be doing another organised event this year. So that will be it until probably March next year as far as sportives. But yeah, I did enjoy it. It was a lot hillier than I thought it was, contrary to what I said about the profile and the kind of Garmin compacting the profile to make it look hillier. That was actually hilly, which again surprised me, because I was always under the impression that Norfolk was as flat as a pancake, but clearly not. But no, it was a good ride. I'm going to get home now and have something to eat and make sure I hydrate, because I've got a bit of a headache. So thanks again for watching. If you're new to the channel and this is the first video you've watched, please have a look and check out some of the other videos on here, and like and subscribe. If you're a regular visitor to the channel, thanks for your support, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I really don't know where that's going to be,
Please leave the
but
roundabout at the
we'll
second exit and continue to follow A11.
I will continue to video the rides through the autumn and the winter, so I will take you out again at some point very soon. So thanks again for watching this one. I'm now going to concentrate on the drive home, and I will see you on the next one. So I will see you in a bit. See you in a bit.
Now turn left.